if you're like us, you probably have places in your garden that you just haven't been so happy with all season long. And that's here in September, we've started looking at the garden and decided, you know what, this is the best time of year, and it is the best time of year to make those changes in the places that you're not really excited about or in love with, right, Lars? And
That's
here's
true.
one right here in the very front. It just is super low, and then suddenly it burst into height, and we're not really happy with it. And so we've decided, time to do something about it.
Yeah, we really talk forth and back what to do, because we have some over here. We have some like Brunera here that's really pretty in spring with blue flowers, almost like forget-me-nots. But they have really self-sowed, and they're kind of low here. So we want to change this out a little bit in this, because as Al mentioned, it's like kind of low and then get us quickly kind of high. So what we want to do, we want to actually move. We have that's kind of hidden here, the Russisch Manstro here. That's even now it's finished, but it was super blue here and super spiky. But it's kind of hidden here with the Ehrenpreis that we're gonna leave, because that flowers for a very long time. But we want to move the Russisch Manstro where these Brunera, so these gotta go. We move these. We also talked a bit about taking some Echinacea over here to also have a pop of color, and actually also do something about, we have the white Perlico, which is really pretty, gives color with the Rudbeckia, but we have a Nephofia back here that you don't really see now. So yeah, we actually talked about moving that out. So all this we want to take out. We also have a little like a sedum here that's really like crying for help here, that's being covered. So to see that, we want to do some rearranging, because we have a lot had self-sowed, and we want this area to look a little bit better. And now autumn is really nice. The soil is really still warm. It has rained more and more, so we don't have to think a lot about watering, maybe only in the beginning if it's dry, but otherwise autumn is really a great time now. Also dividing, I'm gonna take some of this creeping thyme has really taken over the space, which is nice, but it's also a great time like moving perennials, but also dividing, which we will start doing now. So we actually start with the Brunera over here, and you can use whatever. I have this really great tool here from David I always use. It's like called a spork, which is like a spade and a fork, a mix of that, which is really good at dividing but also moving. So what I do, the Brunera here, I try to get as much root as possible, and then just get in there and then loosen it from all sides.
And these, we're not throwing these away. We're actually giving them, I think you've heard us talk about the front of the houses on our street all have plants planted, and the Brunera has done really well there.
Yeah.
So we're going to share some of these. Wow, look at that. That's great.
And I try to not shake all the soil off. You want to get as much roots as possible. And this one is really going to do well other places. Now I'm also going to visit my good friend Luis that bought a house last year, and then we're going to actually give, last year he got a bunch when I had to divide anyway. And so I'm going to go there with a few bags of plants.
Okay, so we've got some stuff dug up. We've got some sea holly. The echinacea we actually took from the back of the garden up near the hydrangea.
Yeah, that's true. So here with what did you call it again?
Sea holly.
Sea holly, yeah. I call it Russisch Manstro in Danish. But these ones are finished. So a great thing always when I divide or move perennial here in autumn, then I always clip them down, because you really want to let them focus on producing or like being established a new place. Instead of it having this flower, it will keep on having the seed heads, so it's sending energy up in those on the top there. So by cutting it, it will really focus on, now I can kind of relax. And for winter, it will establish and really get a good flowering already next year. So that's a really good idea when you move things. Cut it down, and then in the beginning, water it until it's settled. And I also have this other clump here. So I moved it back from there, and now it really, I can almost hear like, so much more space. Because the thing is, we do plant really close, but then we also have to divide and cut back every autumn. Instead of, if it wouldn't be that close, you could do it every 2 seasons. But this one is really gonna have a better spot here in a nice clump. So I'm also gonna cut this way back here And then it's going to be really, it's also easier to handle when it's kind of cut back a little bit. And this one will be doing really well here, the sea holly. And then as Alan mentioned, we took, before he could film it, I found a spot with echinacea here. So I'm actually gonna put it here. This one I'm actually gonna leave on for now until I plant it, because I really wanna see the height, how it works. So I'm gonna make it good and really loosen the soil here. There we go. And then I'm gonna try and see how it works. This is really well. And this one, the echinacea really loves. This is a very sunny spot, so that's a very good spot for it here. And since it flowers really late, like autumn, and has these really nice seed pods throughout winter with snow or frost on, it's going to be really pretty, and it will attract a lot of insects here. So that's actually got to be a very good spot. And then often I give a little push with my foot around the plant, so it really settles in there. And when I do place it, when I add it in the ground, I tend to make a good hole for it. But then when you cover it, you don't want to cover it higher than it was where the stems were when it sprouts up. So you don't want to cover it all the way to here. It could get some fungus disease or anything like that. So it's better just keep it where it came out of the ground. Don't cover it any higher. So this one is going to go in here. Just going to make a little hole here. So now it's really going to be much happier here in the front.
So this is looking better already. I think it's a bit bare now, but once things grow in, I think it's going to fill up nicely. And in the meantime, it's also free plant season.
Right, so I actually found, we have the Agalai here that really self-sows everywhere. So it's great to find these new babies. And you can really recognize the babies from the mother plant when it first have the second set of leaves. Then it really looks like they're like a four clover. Is it called a four clover?
Yeah, four-leaf clover.
Four-leaf clover. And you can see here we have a bunch coming everywhere.
And the thing is, these are going to go. While it's great to have columbines as free plants, we've got plenty of them.
But this one actually will go a bag full to Louise, because he was here yesterday pointing, oh, I don't have this. And she didn't have the Agalai, so I'm going to...
Really? Well, she can have a bunch.
She can have a bunch because it's an early flowering. That's a great... What we do here, we try to have flowers throughout the whole season, really mixed, so we have something to look out from early spring to late autumn, actually, into the winter. So it's a great time also to look for, where's the babies? Like the Brunera really self-sows. And also here, if you come over here, and there's a Longsworth, a dotted, like with dots on. So you can see that has self-sowed here. And in the back, actually, we have, right here next to the Rudbeckia, we have a Dagbrakstjerne over here with the foliage here. Not in flower now, but also early native to Denmark. So a bunch of self-sowed, so it's also a great time to move that now into other spots. You don't have to have it in a pot first. I just put it out now because they are so hardy, the babies of the perennials. So you could easily put them around, or like digitalis, just move them around other places in the garden. Or it makes a great gift for family or friends. But I think this looks much better now. And as I mentioned, this one I almost don't want to cut, but actually they will do better by cutting. So I will cut it down, even though it has, because it also has a full flower. When you move, it tends to like wither a bit back, because it will really use a lot of energy on the flowers and when it has been moved. So it's going to really mess up the plant. So it's better actually, even though it hurts me to see them go, we can put them inside.
And the sedum, we also moved that.
Yes.
So they're going to be a lot happier now in this new spot.
Yeah. So Alan is super excited for this one. He's been waiting for this one to actually go for a few years. It's geranium, and it's just been taking over here in this. It's way too, it kind of covers some of the other plants, and also our salvia over there. So we're actually gonna...
But that's the reason why. This geranium, it's beautiful, but you can see what happens, for example, when we went on summer holiday and we came back, it had grown, it was impeding the growth of everything around it.
And so, also the Iberis here, you can see how it kind of killed. It's really bare. I hope it can come back here
So it's
So-
quite aggressive in that way, not as a negative way. Had we,
If
you
we have
can
the
be on-
space for it.
Yeah, exactly. If you have the space for it, like at the cemetery garden, there's some really beautiful ones.
Yeah.
And we're going to keep a few geraniums here in the garden, but right here at the front, is it just one or two? Because it's massive.
It's
back
just
there.
one plant, but you can see
No, the one back there behind it.
that's just one plant too.
Okay, yeah.
But this one is, it's called blood red geranium, like blodrød storkenæb. And this one is native to Denmark and really spreads. This one is also, you can see how it really has side shoots. That's how it, I'll try and pull one off here.
Let
if
me
I
get
can.
close first. Hold on.
See, so you can really see how it really gets new babies on the side there. Like even there, a baby one is coming. So that's how it really in width spreads also. What you could do, like I just did, you could just pull them apart and divide them that way. Boom, boom. Then you have, if I can get it up, then you already have a new great strong section of this geranium that you could plant somewhere else in the garden or just take out. You could also, with the spade here, just kind of go right in the middle, and it looks really hard when you do it, but it actually is really good for the perennials to be very oftenly divided, because it'll make it thrive even more. It gets more air and you don't run the risk of getting fungus or any other disease. And then you just pull it apart and it's totally fine. You see like roots here, it's all red almost, the root system here, but it will like easily recover. And it's really good. Think about it's really good for the plant. You can also just pull it apart if you have strong
And this
hands.
is what we could have done had
Yeah.
if we wanted to keep it in the spot.
Yeah.
We could have really decreased its size, and then in a year or two, do this process
have
all
the
over
same.
again.
Because you could, just have a small part here like that. That would really,
Which is what we started with.
yeah. It was just a small one, but it has really, taken over the space. So we have to also here rethink what we do if we put one
No.
small one or a totally different plant. I think we go with a different plant.
Well, also, we can discuss this off camera, but look how this guy would really want to grow in that direction.
yeah,
And this is going to want to fill back out.
yeah.
So also keep that in mind. Yeah, there's a hole now. Oh, and there's a snail.
And let me show.
See it hiding in? But
Yeah, this has really taken over too. Ooh-ha.
so come springtime when, look at this salvia. It has been just pushed and shoved. So come next spring, everything is going to grow and fill out this hole. So we don't even really need anything, in the place.
No, you can see here, I just want to show you the other one here is also really massive, really intense see how it just has babies on the side. It
This
just
would
screams.
be a great one for the cemetery garden where Lars works, has
Yeah.
a specific several flower beds specifically for native plants.
Yeah.
To sort of show off what is native and
You
how
see
to
the
grow
color.
it. So,
And we actually have,
it's
it's cried a lot. It grows out on the path. It's a beautiful color, and the foliage too, it's really nice.
Yeah.
It just quickly takes over. So if you have the space for it, it's great. Or if you solely have that in a big area, totally fine. But it's really, I am on camera saying, yes, I can see we have too much of it. Also, it covers up so many of the others we can't really see, so it has to go. We actually have a nastilbe there too. See over there that we could actually move that over to there.
Let's see.
Yeah. So here I found a stilbe in the back that's going to be moved here where we had our geranium. And that's going to, first of all, you can see it much better. And so I dug a big hole, and then I also divided that one. You can easily even divide this one. And this one I'm also going to trim back, because it's ready for winter now. It's a great time because all the perennials are gonna for winter, gonna go to sleep anyway. So it's gonna grow from the base down under the ground again next year. That's the great thing about perennials. So I'm gonna chop this off too, so really focus on these roots. I even have a brunera here that's self-sowed that I actually gotta take my spade and see. I don't want to have that growing and taking up space. So I'll see if I can take that off. I think I got it. Yes, because that really gives it much more space. And I made a good hole here, so it's gonna do really well here. And I'm gonna water it here in the beginning, chop off the top, And then this area is going to look so much better.
So look at what a difference already. This salvia had just been pushed and pushed. We had it propped up with some bamboo sticks. Can you see that down there? But yeah, those two geraniums had just shoved it over. So this is where it actually should have been. And now the astilbe will come in. And then what's that? The sea holly.
The sea holly over
the
there.
echinacea and the sedum. So this area should have a bit more middle level height. So we have our low growers with creeping time, things like that. This salvia is a low. Which one is this one again?
Salvia, this is Ostfriesland.
So it is a
Very
lower
low.
variety. And then it should slowly come into those middle levels before hitting the
taller.
Anspries and the spore balogen and things like that. So super nice. Our next little area is right here. First of all, if you notice in the greenhouse, guess what's gone? The grapes.
The grapes are gone.
Well, they're not gone. They're in the refrigerator
In your tummy.
being eaten
Yeah.
every day. But yeah, it is officially grape season, so also time to cut down our grapevine. Technically, you should cut down the grapevine in the winter. That's what all the great gardeners and blog posts will tell you. But we always cut ours down right after we pick the grapes.
That's true.
And we're really blessed that it keeps growing.
And we cut it all the way back to the base, and it
So,
comes back every year.
but listen to someone smarter than us. Where are we?
So,
I can't even see where we're. That's what we're
that
taking
one.
out.
Yes.
Let me pause and get a better view.
Okay, so Alan, he talked about the geranium over there he doesn't like. I'm actually, since I planted this, I don't know why, but Trekantsblomst, it has blue flowers, but I'm not really happy with it, and it's covering some other things up, and it's actually gonna go. I don't want it in the garden.
We've had it here a couple of years,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So we've definitely,
a good 3 years. I think.
yeah, we've had time to decide, or I've had time to hear you complain about it every year.
So now it goes.
But this year that it goes. And you know what? We're not really missing anything in that spot. So things are just going to grow around. And what's that Neptune that we can't really see very well?
It's over here actually. It has blue flowers. Catawat Neptune is his sort's name, and then Catawat, the Nebita.
Yeah, so this one we can't really see
That's
that well
really pretty.
because of the growth of the other one.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that gets to go. And if we can offer any encouragement, this is really whoa. Yeah.
And you can, the thing
Goodness
is with this one also, really it gets babies along the way. And all of a sudden you almost like, you look away for a second, or look here too, look away for a second, and it has just grown like even more. So it's one of those, I don't know, it's not really, and it withers really, not very pretty. So
it just doesn't really do.
we actually have also another thing, that's why we want to keep it empty here. I sow in the spring, of course we have mostly perennials, but we have a hirsegrass here, red jewel. It's like a grass that gets really, it's an annual, but that's tall here with really foxtail seed pods that hangs over. And I forgot to sow this year. So actually it's good to have a little spot here.
But you realize come spring, it won't. Yeah. I know you know that there won't actually be a spot there. But that's cute. But
Yeah.
back to what I was saying, if we can offer any encouragement, this is really the time to do all of these little chores, depending on where you are, of course. Here in Denmark, the weather is getting a lot cooler, as you can see by, you can't see what I'm wearing, but we're both wearing sweatshirts and long pants and gloves. And then the rains are coming, so the ground is really moist. Plants are getting ready to go to sleep anyway. It's just a really great time to take care of
Got it.
all of these little jobs. Is that all of it?
Yes. But look at that. Ooh, it looks like that one that the snakes that can turn you into. What is it?
Oh, like Medusa?
Medusa almost.
Oh, wow. Okay. So here's another little problem area.
Yeah.
It's with this grass that Lars surprised us with. It's really pretty now that it's doing something. The issue with it is until it turns into this,
Yeah. Imagine you don't have this. You just have.
you just have these random little grassy leaves that honestly look like weeds for months. It looks like they're not supposed to be there. And now it looks great. I totally agree. I see why you did it. But until then, yeah. And fortunately, we have it
Further down.
by the tree back there. We also have this grass. So it's okay to move it.
Yeah.
for now. Oh, that looks better already.
I have one more section here. Actually, that goes. Yeah, that's much better. Also because we have a really pretty area here, and it's sad that you can't really see it. So
And isn't there a geranium living,
yeah,
making its way?
back here, yeah, maybe I can use my, and that kind of grows into, yeah, it's like the variety geranium Hollywood. It also spreads kind of. See here. Also, it's too wild here.
And I've already cut it back several
Many
times
times.
this year. So
And because
that's-
we really want to have this as the showstopper here on the corner. So it's, yeah, you have been very good at taking a bit away. So actually, I'm gonna take it from this side without disturbing the salvia here. But oh man, that's a big one. See here, ready? Okay, this one
right
I'll
on
just
top
take.
of you.
See here. That is just, and it's really entwined still in the, it's not giving up. Okay, here we go. Ta-da, look at that. Hoo-ha.
Yeah. Yeah.
What a centerpiece here. Yeah, it's, you can really see, the foliage is really, I like the foliage here compared to some of the other geranium, and the flowers
The
actually
flower
pretty.
on this Hollywood is
Yeah.
beautiful. And nothing wrong with it. If we
No.
had the space,
Yeah,
my goodness, I'd probably be asking you to divide it and separate it. But
yeah.
sadly, we don't. You know what we could do though, Lars? Some of this will make really great stuff for the outside in front of our houses. Like down by the yellow house, for example. You know, they could really let this
That's a
spread.
good idea actually, yeah. But look already now, so much more air here. And also we have a geum here, Scarlet Tempest.
And you know,
here.
the Scarlet Tempest really didn't get to do very much this year because
No.
that geranium
And I
was
think,
just
yeah,
laying on top of it. You leave for,
yeah.
you know, we left for our summer break and came back, and goodness gracious.
So there was a little piece left here. It's not
Aha,
giving.
get it.
But we also talked about this is really a good height, but we also next year want to try and actually cut it down, like do a little Chelsea cut them down, so because they do take over and get really tall, which I like, but that's what we're going to try with next year. But it's nice here now, so much more space for the different plants.
Shall we head to some more spots?
Yes.
So we'll have to divide and conquer now. This butterfly bush has been beautiful. We love it, but look what we also have. One right, I'm looking at you now, Lars. We have one right next to it, and they have a beautiful pink one back there behind you. So this guy needs to move, but because it's so big, it's really hard to see the base. So if you have something that's really big, it's hard to see the base, you can easily start cutting it down before you move it. And with this butterfly bush, it loves a really good, hard cut back anyway, which we were going to do. So we were going to do that in the spring. But now we're going to go ahead and do it now, and then get this guy moved. You
That's
agree?
gonna be nice. Yeah,
That's what we're
because
doing.
then we can we often talk about we can really see the new shady flower bed where it's like a lot of shade in the back, half shade. So this is gonna already now. Wow. Okay, I'll let you do that.
It makes a big difference. And one more thing, another thing, it's been beautiful, and we could easily bring some of these inside. You can also make some cuttings of some of this nice soft growth here at the top, for example. This would make some great cuttings, some of this top, but we've already done that a few weeks ago. But another reason why I want this guy gone is because look what's under it. This beautiful blanket flower.
Oh, yeah.
That, as this grows, I mean, you can see he's just been shoved and pushed. He's reaching out for
It
the
looks
light.
really sad.
We've had to put stones under it to help it come up, but it just keeps reaching for the light in such a weird way. So
Yeah.
this is going to go to some of the prettier things.
Now you can
That's
really
not
see
fair.
the
This is very pretty.
astrantia in the back too. It's
Exactly.
going to be so much nicer.
Which we also need to divide.
Yes. You can actually also divide perennials without digging the whole clump up, because here I have some astrantia, but it tends to get a little wild. So I'm actually just going to find an area back here. I'm just going to take the spade in here and just take a section out. So here I just go right down on the side and then loosen it here a little bit. And then I can get just a part up like that. And then, whoopsie, there we go.
Okay, this beautiful Sanguisorba pink brushes.
Yeah.
It's finished now, but look at it with that morning light coming through. It's gotten a wee bit massive.
Yeah.
I dare say. I mean, look at it. It's quite massive. And it's hiding all of the hydrangea. But we don't want to get rid of it.
No.
We just want to divide some of it out.
Yeah.
To make it a little bit smaller like it was. We had this 2 seasons or 3?
This is actually the second season.
The second season.
It was
so we want to,
tiny when I got it.
So we want to bring it back to what it was and then divide the rest of it out.
Yeah.
But we're also trying to not cut it down like we did with the butterfly bush. We'd prefer to leave it as long as we can.
Yeah, I'm not going to dig up the whole thing. I'm just going to do like I did the astrantia. I'm going to go down here and take kind of like this way over here. This way over that way. This long way here and then remove that. Okay, so wish me luck. Hope I can get it easily. Here we go.
While Laura struggles in the background, look at these beautiful spider webs with that morning light on them. There's 2 right there.
It looks like we're doing 2 channels, like
Now
cute garden, cottage garden.
Now I have a spider channel. They're really pretty, especially with this morning light, which by the way, it's around, oh, there's even one in there. Lots of spiders here in the valleys, but it's around 10:30 and we're having morning light just now. These days are getting so short.
Yeah. Okay, back to the plant channel.
Sorry, did you get it?
So I got it. Ta-da! It has some really big roots. There you go. See?
Whoa. Yeah, now
So
I can
those
see
are
it.
really massive, and they also shoots out from the side there. So yeah, putting that in the
But
bag.
it's looking a lot better already, and
Yeah, well.
we can see our violfro standing much better, which is still flowering even till now.
Yeah,
It's been really nice.
pretty.
Maybe we divide it even more, divide more out. What do you think?
Yeah, maybe it is pretty big, and since we can see it's really doing so well, because even getting small, you can see how it really on the side gets new baby ones. So it's really, and now we can see the alunroe down here, nicer this section here. Yeah, maybe we do have to
I would go ahead and divide more out.
take
Yeah.
a bit more.
Let's
Yeah.
do it. In true Danish fashion, we're actually going to pause and go in and have a coffee because it's 10:30.
Yeah.
That's coffee time in Denmark. 10 and 3. That's what I've
You
learned.
can really, you can taste it when it's coffee time.
I'm such a Dane.
Yeah.
And maybe it's not 10 and 3 exactly, but I've lived here many years and it seems like it's always 10 and 3 for a good coffee break. So that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Hopefully you've had a cup of coffee while watching. Otherwise, go grab one. We'll be sure to do a little garden tour here towards the end of September. So maybe you can see finally what all we moved and what all we're going to keep doing for the rest of the day. There's a few more geraniums
Over here.
that need
And something about this flower bed here, there's that diamant grass he mentioned earlier. Look how pretty
it's
that is.
beautiful
That's
there.
better here than up there that we moved.
So let's keep playing around after a cup of coffee and see what all is possible, shall we? But thank you guys so much for hanging out with us this morning. And yeah, hope you have a great week ahead.
Yeah, thank you for watching. Moin.